Hey yo, it's your boy JQ Vault coming to you live and direct from the Purple Underground. As always, I'm in conjunction with your boy P. Ross. I'm gonna go ahead and relate to you about something that is beautiful if you just go ahead and listen to what I'm saying. Don't try to put a guard up. Just let your inner you listen to the inner me. All right. We're gonna get into some sexual things that all y'all want to talk about or at least listen to, because we are all sexual beings. I'm thinking about right now sexual diversity. Now, I'm a true believer in God, and at the same time, I believe in not forcing my beliefs on anybody. But if you look at this universe, you can't help but notice diversity. You know, you look at the different climates. Like right now, I'm where the weather is cold right now. But then you got other parts of the earth where the weather stays warm most of the year. Other places in the world where the weather stays cold most of the year. But you got your diversity. You got your cold, you got your warm. You got plants that they call tropical plants that grow in those warm places. And then you got things that like to grow when the weather's nice and cold. Then you look at the human family. You got people that look like me, brothers and sisters. Then you got people who are lighter than me. You got people in different demographics, social groups they call them. Some called white, some called black, some called Asian, Pacific Islander, Latina, Latino, so on and so forth. But there's diversity. But the thing you may not have realized, and this is part of the beauty of the God that created everything, there is another diversity, and it's under the skin. And you wouldn't see it and know it about nobody unless somebody would discuss themselves. You see, you got different types of sexual attraction and sexual appeal and sexual wonder that's under the skin. You got people who call themselves heterosexuals. Those are people who basically attracted to the opposite sex. Then you got people who are called homosexuals. Now, I'm not in the one that believe in putting stigmatisms on nobody. I'm a man and I'm blessed with my sexuality like anybody else is blessed with their sexuality. Because again, it's God who gave us our sexuality. And it's God that made the sexual diversity we got. And I'm cool with that. Now, I'm attracted to women and women only. And that's cool. But I don't knock somebody who may be attracted to somebody of the same sex, whether it's a woman or a man. Now with me, my flavor is all flavors. I like women that I consider attractive, whose bodies are also sexually arousing to me, no matter which shade of skin they got, no matter how light they are, no matter white or black or whatever. But see, there's a diversity in that. And there's a diversity in sexual things, or what somebody might say, freaky activity. You know, you got like a whole culture. You might want to call it underground. You don't have to call it underground if you don't want to, but just for the sake of argument, online, different websites where you got white women who, in the thousands, are into the culture of what's called BBC. Now, for people who are not aware with that, it's called Big Black Cock. Okay, and they strictly are into that. Where they have parties, sexual parties, sexual orgies, strictly for that. And not only that, but you got other people who may be strictly into something. Let's say we might have some white men who are strictly into black women. And that's all they get with the black women. You got some black women who are strictly into white men. You know, you got some brothers who are strictly into white girls. You might have some white men who are strictly into Asian girls. You know, and even for people who may be, and then you got beautiful Latina women, and that some men, black and white, may be strictly into them. You got some Latino men that are strictly into white women or black women, things like that. See, it's diversity. And the thing is, what we need is to finally come to grips with the fact that this is not nothing to be putting some kind of stigmatism on. Nobody should feel or be made to feel that they have to put somebody down or cause somebody to feel that they don't appreciate themselves. Like back in the 90s, you know, I can remember back when the whole thing went down with O.J. Simpson and all that. And, you know, okay, there's been enough documentation on there. You take what you want on it. But I'm not really getting at the man, O.J. Simpson. But once it came out that he was dating a whole lot of white girls, some dude, he had the gall to say that there's some kind of self-hatred there because all he was dealing with white women. Now, that's ridiculous. And if, let's say if you was a black woman rather, and all you got was white men, for somebody to say, well, there must be some self-hatred there. That's ridiculous too. Whatever your turn on is, okay? You know, if you're a man, you might be a white man, and you just love Asian women, then do you. You know, you ain't got to feel that you hate being white or you hate being the color that you are because of that. If you're a black man, you know that you strictly deal Asian women, okay, then do you. If you are somebody that's from the Middle East, and you know you think you got a thing for Latinas, okay, do you. Don't ever feel that for some reason, if you have limited your scope, it ain't really limiting your scope. So I take those words back. Don't ever feel that because you are selective to what you know you like, you're ahead of the game. A lot of people who are in these so-called relationships, they're confused because they got all these inputs on what they think they're supposed to be without having the balls to just be them. I mean, if you know that you had your first wet dream when you were 17 because you was having sex with some white girl and you're a black man, and that's your turn on, do you? Who said that you owe it to somebody to sample everybody else, or you got to please your parents and all that stuff? If you're a woman and you say you're Jewish, are you born in the Jewish religion? You're born in the Jewish religion is what your family's all about, rather? But yet still you got something for Chinese men? Do you? See, that's that diversity that we got. But it's under the skin. That's what makes it so beautiful. If you walk down the busy street in downtown of any major city, you wouldn't know what somebody was into. You wouldn't know if somebody was into, sucking toes or whips and chains or something. You wouldn't know that because that's that beauty of the diversity that's under the skin. And that's a beauty that I intend to let you, anybody that's a part of the audience that's under the sound of my voice, I want you to be able to appreciate that. I want to bring that to you. Whatever your pleasure, whatever your fantasy is, with me and my boy P. Ross and others that may be working with me, we want to bring that to you. We want you to be able to see and discover and experience for yourself in the way of aesthetic delights from what you see on video, the beauty of diversity. And if you really think about it and just put to the side whatever prejudices, whatever ignorance that was instilled to you by your parents, because if we be honest, we owe it to ourselves when we become a certain age. We can say, I love my mother and my father. I love my grandmother and my grandfather. But I have a right to my own belief. Even though I respect them and love them, I don't have to believe everything they tried to instill in me if some of that stuff wasn't right. And when it comes to sexual diversity, you're living beneath your privilege if you can't at least appreciate that underneath the skin, you got people that got their own likes and their own dislikes or the things that they're most attracted to. And for all those people that know all their life that they've always had a certain appeal to a certain color or a certain group or a certain sex, do you? All right, this is your boy JQ Vote. I'm out.